You got this, right?
When we set out this morning, none of us could have predicted a dead body. And just by chance, we had...
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
So we're here in Georgia at the largest Bigfoot convention in the Southeast.
Well, here she is. I know she looks kind of small, but she'll fit the two of you real comfortably.
Fit us for what?
For the field expedition tonight.
Did Shane approve this?
Who is this guy?
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Cryptid Commander, hunting the Sasquatch himself.
While our first day had been fun, we were beginning to wonder if our guide was reliable.
Man, Jeff, I pulled out the map. I asked you if that's where we turn, and you said yes.
Shut up! Because I'm pretty sure we're in the path of a Bigfoot right now, and we don't want to disturb it.
I'm gonna die because I trusted a Bigfoot hunter.
We gotta go straight up deliverance on your ass.
You had the opportunity to turn around and go home, but you didn't do it.
Leave it rolling.
I said pick it up!
This is our chance to show the world that Bigfoot hunters aren't just a bunch of scared, crybaby loonies.
Stay completely still. This vision's based on movement. Your vision's normal!
Hey everybody, welcome to Radio Labyrinth Presents. This is an interview show, if you can believe that. We are kicking ass with these interviews. Good job, everybody. We have a guest today that reached out to me, and then I reached out to him, and we've been playing a little email tag back and forth. But listen, it doesn't matter. We've got him, and I'm excited because this is a movie that we all got to watch, and it's playing right now on your Amazon Prime, and it has all wonderful things in it. It's kind of a parody. It's very funny, and it has Bigfoot and meth dealers. So thinking of that, let's talk about our guest. Zach Lamplugh is a freelance TV producer and editor with nearly 10 years of professional experience working on everything from narrative television programs to broadcast advertising, online marketing campaigns, and animation, including some of our Adult Swim favorites like Squidbillies and Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. His directorial debut is what we're going to be talking about in this episode of Radio Labyrinth. It's a full-length feature called 15 Things You Didn't Know About Bigfoot. Number one will blow your mind. He is the co-writer of that film, and he is the director. It had its world premiere at the Austin Film Festival and has so far garnered excellent reviews like these from RogerEbert.com. Scathingly funny mockumentary. Bloody Disgusting says 5 genre films to put on your radar. One of the 5 genre films to put on your radar. Slash Film compares it to American Vandal. Creep meets Pop Star, says Sci-Fi. And Just Impressive with 91% positivity from Nightmare on Film Street. It is certified all fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. And like I said, it is available to rent on Amazon Prime. So without further ado, let's speak with our guest, Zach Lamplugh. Zach, welcome to Radio Labyrinth. Thank you for coming on. We all really enjoyed the movie. We want to talk about that, talk about your ties to Atlanta, and just very happy to have you.
Happy to be here. What's going on? So we're not going to include that stuff up top where we're talking shit about Starbar?
Oh, we can put that in. We'll put that in.
That gold is going to wind up on the cutting room floor?
Oh, Dustin, we'll put that in, won't we? So you're out in California, but you do have your roots are kind of here, or are they not here? I don't remember.
Yeah, so I lived in Atlanta for 8 or 9 years, something like that. Yeah, I lived there for a long time. And so growing up, I was my dad was a federal agent, so I lived in every state in the South. I lived in like Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Virginia, Texas, Louisiana. I lived in like all of them. But Atlanta, in Georgia, probably the longest.
Your dad never was able to find me either, so I got that.
Exactly, right?
Jeff.
He was one step ahead of us.
So elusive.
This was a sting operation, this interview today.
Get him. So living in Atlanta, and then now you're in Los Angeles, right? So
Yeah.
But this must have been the hub in which you really got the film bug, maybe, or did it start before you moved here?
I wanted to do it before moving there, but I just actually, you know what? I just kept getting work, so I moved there. Like I was living in New Orleans,
right,
trying to work in film, and I kept getting work in Atlanta. And I was dating somebody, so my girlfriend's from there, and like I kept going there for like 3 weeks at a time. And then before I knew it, I spent like 5 months there in like 2012, maybe. I spent like a ton of time, and I was like, why am I even paying rent in New Orleans? What am I doing?
Right. The movie was great. We all love it, but I want to know a little bit about how you got into that. Did you start with Adult Swim, or did you work in the commercial end of it first? Go ahead and tell us about it.
I just worked in like boring shit. That's where everybody makes all their money. But I was an editor, and I still am. And I moved to Atlanta, and I won a short film competition way back in like 2014. That's probably how I met those dudes. Yeah, that is how I met those dudes at Adult Swim. And then I started my own short. Did you guys ever hear of Ladies Night at Village Theater?
Yeah.
That was us. Yeah. So we would do that every month. We would do a short film competition. And the purpose of it, I guess, was to exhaust me and all my friends. So we would every month I would make a new short film, or two usually. And it was like a competition. I did it every month regardless. And we had all these like new films from Atlanta filmmakers. And whoever out of the guest filmmakers, whoever won had to keep coming back until they lost. So it like exhausted whoever was funniest. And like people would win like 5 times and be like, I can't do it anymore, man. But it was good because it got people, myself included, it got all of us thinking about how to be funny with less like effort and resources. Because I remember the first short I ever made for that thing, you know, it was like the very first time, so I didn't have a show beforehand, and I had like all this time to gear up, and I took like 6 weeks making my short, and it had like 10 locations and like 19 fucking actors and all this stuff. And then by like month 3, I was like, we can't do that. We can't like the next one has to be like in a living room, man. It can't be a multiple day. Yeah, it can't be a multiple day situation, you know. And it would do that to everybody. Anybody who came to Ladies Night and like 1, 2, or 3 times, they would be like, all right, you would see it. You would see like the first one had all this production value, and the third one, it would still be like good looking, but you could tell it was like a panic room type of thing, where it's like, oh, okay, we just filmed this in one place. You know, it teaches you how to be funny in a single space. And yes, I did that for 3 years. Yeah. And then by the end of that 3 years, we had, I'd made like 100 shorts. So
you still have all of them, and you're going to
They're online. Yeah, they're all online and stuff. Don't worry, nobody cares. But we made all these shorts, and we just kind of wanted to make a movie, because it was like kind of the next step. It was like, all right, so I've made like 90 or 100 shorts. Is 115 going to be the thing that makes it? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we decided to buckle down and make something bigger. It was fun. It was a good time. And also, like, what was great about that was because we knew all these actors from doing this show for like 3 years with all these people. Everybody in the movie I've like worked with before. So like everybody I had like a shorthand with, and I knew exactly how they could be funny, and like how I could like pepper them through the whole thing, and they would just show up and nail it. Yeah.
Where did the idea for the film come from? Have you always been into Bigfoot, or was it... Let's talk about this, because there's lots of Bigfoot shows. There have been lots of Bigfoot shows.
Yeah. I really wanted to do something that was like paranormal. And I also really wanted to do something that was like kind of Southern. So Bigfoot kind of was perfect for that, you know? Right. Yeah. And also do you guys know Shane Morton?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he provided all the like Bigfoot costume and all that good stuff.
Right.
And so whenever we were talking about ideas, he just had a Bigfoot costume. He like art. He already. Have you been to his place?
Yeah.
His old place.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has all that shit just like on the walls, you know? So anytime that you're like, hey, actually, I need like a demon that is also like a vampire demon with angel wings. He's like, I got that.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, he's like, I got 3. Which one do you want?
Exactly. Yeah.
We had him on the show a couple years ago, like 2 years ago. I believe it's episode 46. We met him. Dave Willis invited us out to the set one day to watch Your Pretty Face being made, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And just to see all the blood and the gore and the sets, and meet all the people, that was cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you were working on it then. I think this would have been season 3. The episode about the 4 horsemen was what was being filmed while we were there.
No, that was I was working on Squidbillies at that time because I remember. I remember seeing that footage.
Right.
Do you want to hear a funny story about Your Pretty Face? Dave called me and the guys from Ladies Night one day, and he was like, hey, we have the episode where Gary goes to heaven.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he was like, hey, we need more actors in that. The whole show's like blue screen,
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, we need more actors. We like kind of fucked this up. Can you guys come help us out? And I didn't really know what the hell I was getting into. He told us to come out to this blue screen studio, and we just like, he had us like wear certain clothes and like walk around like polos and khakis and stuff. And he was like, yeah, just and they were like looking at a monitor, and he was like, all right, now walk from this to there, and now walk from there to there. And it took like an hour, 90 minutes or whatever. And I had no idea what I was doing. And then when I saw the finished episode, if you watch it, I mean, you don't see my face, but I know it because it's like my body type. But when Gary's talking to the angel, you can see me over his shoulder, like 80 yards away. Mm-hmm. And then when you flip to the angel he's talking to, you can see me down the hall. And then whenever you flip to like another angle, I'm also like playing golf. It's like, so all the people in the background, it's me. Like every little dude. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm in shot and reverse shot and the inserts.
He Oompa Loompa'd you.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah.
Did you edit the last season of Squidbillies, or was it, because I can't remember how many there've been?
No, I edited on, dude, when I was on it, they didn't even know what season it was. Because I asked and I was like, is this season 11 or 12? And they were like, we don't actually know, because there was like a weird season where we weren't sure if it was a season. I was like, all right, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever,
yeah.
man.
Well, Adult Swim did weird things with them, so that's why they changed the title of Aqua Teen. Because for some reason they didn't want them to go past a certain number of episodes, because then they'd have to pay them syndication fee.
Oh
stuff
shit!
like
Is that what that was about? Yeah.
I used to do pretty much exclusively Larry Munson on Squidbillies a couple times. The voice of God, and it would be like, all right, get on I-10 and turn left, that kind of thing. Just anytime they needed a voice like that. But I missed that show. I hope it comes back in some form. I know they had troubles with early. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Not a dollar.
It sucks that somebody would, I don't know, that somebody could do that to your show.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
It sucks that somebody would be so angry about something that's so insignificant and stupid. And
where did you film the movie? Because it looked like there was a real Bigfoot festival going on. Was that?
Yes, that was a real Bigfoot festival. So we filmed it, except for the Bigfoot festival, everything's in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a Bigfoot festival in North Carolina and filmed there. And that was like quite a fucking drive. but everything else is around Atlanta. I have a friend that has a bunch of land out in Madison, Georgia. Yeah. And so all the outside, most of it's filmed out there. And then all the city stuff is filmed in and around like Atlanta, around like I have a friend who has an awesome auction shop down in like right in downtown. We did like a ton of stuff around his land. And so it was all just around Atlanta.
The studio at the beginning, is that off
Encyclomedia?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
First of all, you had a different title to begin with, right? A Vice Guide to Bigfoot?
We did, yeah. And turns out that's against the rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to parody them, so
yeah.
Yeah, but then nobody wants to like touch it.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's the problem is, you know, legally we probably like it'd be hard to sue us, but nobody would like want to buy it or put it on any service or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah, documentary Now did a Vice parody that was pretty funny.
Well, their thing had Jack Black in it.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Right.
People look at it and they're like, well, I'll take a little bit of risk to put Jack Black in it.
There's so many layers to your film, parodying many different things, and you do it very well.
Well, thank you.
You know, you're welcome. I love it. You know, to parody the Vice style of journalism, and to do it well without really, you know, totally destroying them or looking like you hate them, if that makes any sense. But I don't know if you hate them or not, but I think you do a great job of parodying the way they do things and the disappointment when he doesn't get the job. And I don't want to spoil anything. I want people to watch the movie. But also the spoofing the cryptozoology people.
Like the YouTube people. And Twitch streamers and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude,
go ahead.
I was trying to remember the name of the guy that was based on, because we actually did like quite a bit of research on that, and there was this one fucking cryptozoology guy who just like his whole attitude was like kind of like Danny McBride, like he kind of like Eastbound and Down, like his whole attitude was just like how fucking cool he is,
right?
But of course he's like talking about chupacabra. You know what I mean? It was the dumbest personality. He was like a hair metal type of, but he didn't have any hair. He was like bald, but he just had that like just like vibe. Like, you know, if he had tattoos, it was like an 8-ball that was on fire. You know, like that kind of guy. But he's like I said, hunting chupacabra and like believes in witches. You know?
The way you guys write it though, you make your cryptozoologist guy sympathetic.
Oh yeah,
having the fact that he is a cryptozoologist is the reason that his girlfriend moved out and left him and everything.
So that was based on a friend of mine. Not like my friend didn't have like a girlfriend that left him or whatever, but he was an Eagle Scout. He would never stop talking about it. And he had like a bit of like a mix of a Napoleon complex and a superiority complex. And I remember when we would go like camping with him, he would like tell you were doing something wrong, and then he would do it like the right way. Like he would be like, "Oh, that the way you're doing that hammock, that's never gonna work." And then he would like do his, and then like sit in it, and like it would fall down 20 minutes later with him in it. You know, total fucking goofball. Yeah, and more like that was just a buddy of mine, but like he. Probably 6 or 7 people have texted me after watching him and like, was that based on what's, you know? And I'm like, yeah, it was. Ripped that right off of him. Yeah.
When you get to the end of the film, and again, no spoilers, but when you get to the end of the film, it just comes out of left field. It really cried. I mean, I could tell I was going to like the movie within 5 minutes, not even that long. You know, you start laughing. I had a couple great laughs at the beginning of the movie, and I said, okay, I'm in for this. And it really takes you on a down a road I wasn't expecting. I don't know if that's what you were going for. I think that's what you were going for. I'm not that stupid, but out of left field, a couple weird things happen, and it just really put a cap on it for me. And again, it's parodying other things going on. Like we'll just say that there are some crystal meth manufacturers or whatever, dealers, whatever.
Yeah.
And anytime they do asides and they start doing their own little TikTok thing or whatever, and you just have to see it. I'm so out of that demo of because I'm terrible at TikTok. I don't really get it. And it's because I'm old and lazy and I don't really have that. You know, I can't do it.
I don't get it either. I don't have TikTok.
I'm glad I'm the only one, but I just love that kind of parody. And there's not a lot of that going on anymore. There was a time when there was a lot of that, and now there isn't. And, you know, there's a lot of problems with modern humor to a degree. And, but there's still people, and it made me happy to see that people are still making films that anyone can laugh at. And
yeah. Let's hope it keeps happening. Let's hope that could keep going. Yeah, I should probably pitch the movie to the audience, to whoever's. Yeah, so the movie is about a journalist that works at one of these new like upstart Vice, BuzzFeed, Mike.com type of companies. And he works there, but he's always wanted to do something like bigger, like a higher calling that he feels like he has in journalism. He always wanted to cover like real stories, but he always gets stuck on these human interest pieces. Like, I hung out with nudists for a week and here's what it's really like. Or,
right.
I had to go to Burning Man and here's the guide to the best things you can do at Burning Man or whatever. And his latest thing is he has to go hang out with Bigfoot hunters in Georgia as a bit of a stunt, piece, a human interest piece. And of course he hates it and he doesn't want to do it. But once he gets there, he finds out that there's something in the woods that may be more than meets the eye. I haven't had to pitch in a long time, so I'm like trying to remember the whole thing. And so a lot of it takes place in Georgia in the woods with prominent cryptozoologists and one of these annoying millennial reporters.
And I'll just say it's written brilliantly because there's setups, there's punchlines, there's callbacks, everything pays off. Yeah, it's really written well.
Yeah, man. So when we shot this, and I was the cameraman, like the actual cameraman. Like, I play a cameraman in the movie, but I was also the actual camera operator for probably 95% of it. And let me see, like there was like, if you watch the movie, you'll see there's like 3 or 4 like people that are on set all the time. And then there's a lot of like rotating characters. But I was speaking of what you were saying about like callbacks or whatever, I was having to constantly have the whole movie in my fucking brain. Like, cause I knew, like, I was, I like when actors kind of like are natural and not nailed down to the line, like not really improv, but just you don't have to be exact. But then, sometimes I'm having to interrupt these actors and be like, no, you can't say it like that. Cause you have to say it exactly like this, because 80 pages later, you say it again. Like, you have to say exactly the same sentence, So I had to have like a beautiful mind situation going on sometimes while I'm out in the woods, fucking worried about ticks. Yeah.
When did you shoot it?
We shot this back in 2018. If you believe. Wait.
Right. And you put it together 2019?
2018, 2019, and then it premiered in 2019, and then it hung out until 2021. That's just the story, man.
Yeah, everybody had
a lot of stuff's been like that. Like the Tomorrow War that just hit on Amazon, that shot in 2019, 2018.
Yeah, well, I'm now realizing how much that just happens to indie movies. Like, I'm friends with the producer of Synchronic. Did you see that movie with Anthony Mackie?
Yep.
I saw that movie at a film festival, and it wasn't even the first festival it was at. It was probably 3 months after it really premiered. 3 or 4 months. Yeah. I saw it at like a second run festival in January 2020. And then it came out. What? Did it come out this year?
Yeah.
In 2021?
Not that long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Ago. That was a finished ass movie with Anthony Mackie in it. Like, that was a finished movie with a star that like had already played at South by. I think it premiered at South by or Tribeca. And back in like 2019. And then it just chilled until it came out in 2021.
And maybe they were trying to tie it in with the Falcon and Winter Soldier stuff. So
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how those movie advertisement people work.
There really wouldn't have been a point in putting anything out last year. So
yeah,
right.
At least for theatrical.
Right.
Oh yeah, for theatrical. Well, I don't even know. Theirs came out theatrical. Like, I think they did like some drive-in stuff, but yeah, ours was just straight to on demand. We don't have Anthony Mackie.
Tell everybody where they can go watch it.
Yeah. Go. Well, it's on Amazon, it's on iTunes, and it's on Vudu. But if you go Google 15 things you didn't know about Bigfoot, check out the trailer. If it's something you're into, then it's also on Amazon. Go rent it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very much worth the $2.49 or whatever it costs to rent. If you love to laugh and you like parodies and stuff, definitely check out the film. So what's the reaction been? You've submitted to festivals. It's out.
Yeah.
What kind of reviews are you getting? And the ones I've seen are all positive and I
mostly
know
good.
Also good.
Yeah. People like it. People dig it. yeah, I'm just hoping to make another one. You know, at this point, that's like what I'm doing. We're buckling down to write another one soon, and then hopefully make it not on my friend's land. You know, hopefully make like a real movie.
You might have to come back to Atlanta though.
Yeah, no, we'll go back. Because no, I'll tell you exactly why. The cynical reason why is because I'll get just enough money that it'll be like, so we need a movie made, but it's for just a little bit less than you should ever make a movie for. And then they'll be like, do you have any friends that will work for more cheaply than here? And then I'll be like, yes. And then I'll go back to Atlanta and I'll have what will be considered a good amount of money for Atlanta and a terrible amount of money for Los Angeles. And then, I'll be able to pay my friends, you know, at least some peanuts for making another movie.
Does this open doors for you though to get some money from a company?
I mean, sure. I mean, I think it opens doors in the way that like it's a really good proof of concept. You know what I mean? Like it's a really good thing to point at and it'd be like, hey, it's like a glorified demo reel. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, check that out. I could do that for like nothing. So let's do a bigger movie for something.
It seems like people aren't paying to go make a movie a lot these days, and they're wanting to buy a finished movie.
I mean, also I'm like not in the industry, so right. anything that I say is just me talking out of my ass.
Right.
But it seems like
welcome to the club.
Right. It seems like it's one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
In fact, I was talking to a dude who was an agent, and he was telling me, because I was like, yeah, I'd really like to try and get what I'm telling you right now, like get like $400,000, $300,000, $500,000 make a movie. And he was like, that'll never happen. Like he was like, nobody wants to do that. He was like, what you need to do is like either make a movie in your backyard for like an amount that you and 3 friends can put together, or try and do something that costs $2 million. Because once you do that, then people, then you can like attach a name. You can have a real like, you can have like enough shit attached so that it becomes less of an independent movie and more of a business, which is, you know, I mean, that anyway, I guess that's what I'm saying is like, it's like 2 extremes. It's like either you're making an independent movie for no money and trying to sell it, or the movie is this perfectly built machine that already has Chris Pratt as executive producer, and Emma Watson is going to be in it, and like it's just like a perfectly built machine that takes forever to make, but when it's made, like it's fucking, you hear about it on Prime. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Dustin?
I was curious. I know that you, I mean, as far as the writing, and the movie's hilarious, it's funny, and your sense of humor is great. But looking back, I thought I remembered you from an incident that you created on Facebook a few years ago. What did I do?
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, what? You said incident. I was like, who did I punch?
No, but yeah, the engagement thing that you did.
Man, if you go Google Zach and Somali, it'll come up. That's me and my fiance. We're still engaged. We're still not married. But we got engaged, and we went. I popped the question down in Puerto Rico, and then we just didn't tell anybody, just because I wanted to fucking enjoy my vacation. You know what I mean? I didn't want to like take a bunch of phone calls from a bunch of aunts who were like crying and stuff. So we just didn't tell anybody. And then when we got back, we went to one of her family's cookouts, and we still hadn't like posted on Facebook that we were engaged. So we decided to do a thing where we took a photo, and it's her with the hand up in the ring, and she's like all happy. And we were like, we're finally engaged. We knew we'd get like 600 likes, because that's how Facebook works. And so we posted it, and then got like 400 likes in an hour, you know. And then like 90 minutes later or something, I posted it. Like I took another photo with one of her cousins with the ring on, and she's in the background crying. and I'm still in the photo looking happy and stuff. And then I wrote a whole paragraph just like, thanks for all the support. We got engaged and we got like 400 likes. We're so happy. So I was so moved by all your support that I decided to do it again. And so I posted that I was engaged a second time, and then I did it like 9 times. I kept posting photos with different women and men wearing the ring, and she's in the background, obviously pissed off at me at each one.
Got a lot of traction in Utah though, for some reason.
Dude, that was a strange moment in my life, because I had made all these comedy videos and had like, you know, pitched pilots and stuff, and like tried to like, I feel like I'd been trying to do entertainment for a while, and then all of a sudden I do one little joke, and people were honestly like recognizing me in public for like a week. Like, really, somebody was just like, "Are you the guy from the internet?" And I was like, "That's kind of a broad question, but okay." Fucking Inside Edition like called me.
Really?
Yes. I think it was Inside Edition. One of like 2 or 3 news networks were like hitting me up, and I was like, God, all right, so now I know the news sucks.
Yeah.
Like and also, by the way, after doing that interview, then I like looked up Inside Edition and what it is, and from what I remember, it was like it would be like one interview with somebody, you know what I mean, like one interview with like we sit down with one of the Kardashians, and then 9 things that were like, these ducks cross a road, how cute is that? And I was like, dude, what the fuck? What the hell is the news that it's just like cute viral videos, and viral videos from a week ago? And then
Inside Edition is one of those news infotainment programs that kicked off this whole thing that we're living today. That and A Current Affair, right? A Current Affair, which was Bill O'Reilly before he was into politics. So just insanity that began in the 90s, and we apologize for that.
Yeah, dude. I just Googled Inside Edition. Baby beaver is born at National Park for first time in 400 years. Just shut up. Shut the fuck up.
And now we're going to talk to O.J. Simpson.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, this would have been before he was a slasher or a killer.
Hell yeah.
Allegedly. Well, he is good on Twitter. He did a real good video about Matthew Stafford last week, in case his eye.
Really? Dude,
Yeah.
You know who I was looking up last week was Rachel Dolezal. she's still out there.
She's still asserting that she is what she isn't.
Dude, she is that's gotta be a weird life.
Yeah.
Because I looked her up, and she is most certainly still doing that.
Okay.
Soul Man 2, Electric Boogaloo, the Rachel Dolezal story.
Yeah, but she also is like posting a good bit of photos with real black people, I think. I hope they're real. But like, so I was just like, that's got to be a weird life she's living, where she's definitely still like putting on a lot of makeup, and then hanging out with these folks who I don't know what they're thinking, or like I don't know if they're like, yeah, she's cool, she's down, or if they're like, I don't know, this weird white woman keeps showing up painted. I don't know what we're doing. Yeah.
Just curious, have you had any feedback from the actual Bigfoot community since this has come out?
Oh, dude. So we actually, when we were writing this, I did a fair bit of research. Like I said, we went to like a Bigfoot convention, all that good stuff, and actually had I had a Bigfoot researcher like help me on. He didn't help me like write the script, but I just had him like look at it. Like I was like, is this accurate? I don't want to be putting stuff out that like Bigfoot researchers are going to look at and be like, shit, you know?
Right.
And a funny story about him, he called me one day. Like I was like, hey, can you just take a look at this scene and like tell me if this is accurate, like what a Bigfoot researcher would do? And then he called me. He was like, can I call you right now? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he called me, and then he was like, have you seen the Great North video? And I was like, no. And then I watched it, and he's like telling me about it and telling me about like how important it is or whatever. And then I was like, okay, so well, how does this affect the scene thing that I asked you about? And he was like, oh, I hadn't read that yet. I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know about this new evidence. He just had to tell me about the Great North video, which was also 8 years old or whatever at the time.
Do you yourself believe in Bigfoot?
I don't not believe in Bigfoot. Well, yeah. I mean, no, I don't. I'm not like out here trying to believe in Bigfoot every day, but I'm not going to say he's not real. Especially, I will say, after watching the Great North video, pretty interesting stuff. Oh, but Bigfoot feedback, researcher feedback. If you go look at like the reviews on Amazon and iTunes, man, some of them are so like about. I feel like a handful of them are people complaining about stuff that's not my problem. Where they're like, subtitles didn't work, 1 out of 10, and I'm like, dude, that you couldn't figure out your fucking Apple TV, dumbass.
I don't know how to make it work.
Yeah, exactly. My TV's stuck. And then some of them, a handful of them, are people that are like Bigfoot researchers that have taken it way too personally. Where they're like, this is the kind of trash that takes Bigfoot's name through the mud. Exactly what I've been saying, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Who?
Like who? Yeah. Somebody like wrote that where they were like, this is so typical that they would do this to Bigfoot again. I was like,
I never got the feeling that you were attacking the Bigfoot people.
Exactly.
From the Bigfoot stuff that I've seen, and it's not a lot, but I watched like a few episodes of Finding Bigfoot and stuff. It seemed like they were at least Jeff was doing legitimate searching for Bigfoot.
And they've got if you join some of the Bigfoot Facebook groups, which now I'm in, like the Bigfoot researcher Facebook groups, they have a pretty strong meme culture in there about Bigfoot. So they can take a joke. Yeah, so the ones that have seen it, I think mostly are chill, but some of them not. Some of them clearly not.
Have you seen the Bobcat Goldthwait Bigfoot movie?
Yes. Yeah. That's good. It's good.
Another good one. They don't show the creature at all in that one, though. That was my only critique of it.
I like Bigfoot on the Venture Brothers because he's living with his boyfriend, Steve Austin in their cabin in the woods.
Dude, the Venture Brothers are so fucking good.
Yeah, that's the best thing that ever came along to parody everything Gen X loved. And they did the best job of it. And thank God they're going to do a recap movie.
Are they doing that? I didn't even know.
Yeah, it got greenlit for HBO Max.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
I love that show. I can rewatch it. There's a lot of stuff I can't rewatch over and over again, but that I can. And also 15 things you didn't know about Bigfoot. Number 1 will blow your mind. So blow our minds and tell us where people can find you and everything that you work on and all those videos, the 100+.
Oh man, where the hell would you find all those?
Well, if you don't know, I don't know.
No, they're on YouTube. I think they're under like Ladies Night, but because we have such a terrible name, like Ladies Night is obviously going to pull up other shit, right? It's going to pull up like a Missy Elliott video, looks like. Yeah. If you go to Twitter, I'm Secret Grandpa on Twitter. Secret Grandpa GRAMPUH. Yeah. And if you go to Amazon, you can watch the movie 15 Things You Didn't Know About Bigfoot. Number 1 will blow your mind.
What are you working on next?
Right. Like I said, trying to make another movie. We're writing one right now. And then just day job shit. I'm editing a show for Netflix, but I can't like talk about it.
No. Oh, so it's not out yet then?
It's not out yet. Yeah.
Zach, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And guys, do you have anything you want to ask before we go?
I just wanted to say I really enjoyed the movie, and I think everybody should go rent it on Amazon and watch it. Just if you're a fan of parody and comedy
and horror.
Yeah, and
horror
and Bigfoot
and meth.
All of it, baby.
Yeah, it's got everything.
And if you're from Atlanta, you'll probably recognize at least 2 people in it. At least.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Dustin, want to say anything?
No, I love the movie. I thought it was great. I've watched it a couple of times now, and just your main character, he's so good with facial expressions, just emoting the way that he's thinking. It's just that was the whole thing for me, was just to watch his ride just through his face. And he did a really good job. That and your editing is amazing.
Thanks, man.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, that's Bryan Iman, my co-creator. That guy rocks. The lead in the movie.
I was tempted to talk about the ending, but that would give too much away. But what a brilliant way to end it, and a very good parody. And kudos to that
Thanks, man.
See, I can't even speak, and I apologize for that. Zach, thank you very much for coming on with us, and best of luck to everything you do in the future, man.
Hopefully, I can put you guys in that second movie I've been talking about.
I'm happy to be. I'll do whatever you need.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for having me on, dude.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.